Hello, everyone, and welcome back. So, I would love to talk to you today about fear. What paralyzes us? What stops us from doing things that perhaps we've been desiring to do for all of our life? Sometimes we have huge, immense fears, and those can be, we could be aware of them, or we could also be not aware of them at all and just wonder, why do we get so far ahead, or why do we follow our goals and then get stopped by something, not really knowing clearly what it is? I think it's really, really important to get in touch with our fears, to not be so paralyzed and so terrified of looking at them that we don't consider them, or that we try to ignore them, or that we try to think positive, or think of only things that we like to think of. Wait, let me just see if it says I have a slow connection. Maybe if I so keep saying trying to reconnect. I hope you guys are picking this up. I don't know. Anyway, we're talking about fear, and I think, some fears we know. Some fear, oh, I have a fear of heights, I have a fear of closed spaces, I have a fear, but then there are all those little ones that we don't necessarily pay attention to. We just get kind of a weird feeling inside of our body and go, ooh, I don't like this. And a lot of times it's not pure fear, but maybe it's just discomfort. And I think, at least I can only use my example because I imagine other people go through this, but I hope. And if not, I'm the only one. And I'm just sharing my life with you. Um, I like to control what goes on around me. I am a little bit of a control freak, I must admit. And I'm learning that what that is actually a fear. It's a fear of the unknown. It's a fear of, what if something comes up that I don't know how to handle? So the more I try to control my situation, and the more I try to plan things, and the more I try to consider every possible outcome, allows me to feel more comfortable when I approach new things. But the fact of the matter is, no matter how good my plans are, and no matter how much I learn and how much I know, things always come up. Unexpected stuff always comes up, and fear sets in. So it's up to us to decide if that fear is going to stop us, or if we are going to start in little baby steps. It doesn't have to be immediate. You don't need to jump off a building or anything, but in baby steps, let's start embracing the fact that, first of all, everything's going to change. Everything. No matter how much we would love for everything to remain the same sometimes, or, to kind of, so that we can control it, we know how to behave, everything's going to change. And I remember learning this with my son when he wouldn't go to sleep when he was a little baby, and he would just cry all the time. And if I would get him to sleep once, I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm going to do exactly the same thing tomorrow night. And sure enough, it never worked. So, but that happens everywhere in our life. You never have the exact same situation in anything you do. So you can plan as much as you want. But what's even more powerful than the plan is learning how to be comfortable in the uncomfortable, to being uncomfortable even though it scares you. So my challenge for you today is to, in the next 24 hours, we have every day, we're trying on something new. Do something that scares you. And it doesn't have to be huge. Again, maybe it's just making a phone call. Maybe it's reaching out to a friend that you've been thinking about, and you didn't leave off so great, and you don't know how she's going to take it or how he's going to take it. And oh, maybe you'll just leave it for another day, or if it's meant to be, it'll happen. Sorry, that's just not how it works. Sometimes you need to just put yourself out there, and maybe they will react badly, or maybe it won't be a friendship rekindled, or it won't go as you expect it to go. So what? Acknowledge what you're going through in that moment, because that's where the power lies in. If you can be fully present with whatever happens in that moment, that's how you get to know yourself. That's how you get to know yourself. Oh, look at that. My stomach just cringed because this person said that or did whatever. Recognize what happens when you face your fear, when you go forward no matter what. And one of the challenges that I used to do, that I still do sometimes, is when you're taking a shower in the morning, the last 30 seconds of the shower, flip it to cold, freezing cold water and stay there. And I noticed what happens with me, that your body immediately cringes and tries to protect yourself and everything tightens. But the minute you can open up to it, open up to this discomfort, and the minute you can just be okay with it and maybe breathe a little bit, take long, deep breaths and feel it, after that, you feel invigorated, you feel full of energy, you feel like you've just done something amazing. And you have, because you've done this thing for you, which was you put yourself into an uncomfortable position willingly, and you got through it, and it didn't kill you. And they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I do believe that. But of course, some things are a bit extreme. But if you start doing this with more and more little things, you'll always build up a little bit more. You add something a little bit more difficult next time, or you stay. I've gotten up to a minute now with the ice cold water, and I still have the automatic reaction, like, oh my God, here it comes. But I know that I can, like right now, it's so much quicker for me to actually just go into it. This also allows me in my job to just show up. Sometimes I don't have things. It allows me to show up here. Sometimes I don't have everything planned out what I want to say. But I'm like, whatever it is, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to bring forth whatever I'm feeling to share with you today and hope that it's of some use. And if it's not, you're going to scroll on by and find something that is. So anyway, let me know how it goes. Please try this on. Let me know what it is, if you feel like it, if you don't feel up to it. And definitely, if you've had a little mini satisfaction or you made it through and you're like, oh my God, I did it, please share with me. I would love to hear from you. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.